given for what I gotta say. Mind you, I don't care to be talking about certain people and what they got going on. I'll always say this shit, but I have to talk about it. God will have me speak about. A lot of people be like, "Oh yeah, these prophetic dreams they have so many different meanings," and to a certain extent, yes, that's true. God will literally have you revise the same prophetic message or dream until you get it right. Give me one moment because I got other stuff to do. So let me make sure I get this to do what I need to do first. I mean, you're not gonna mind. I'm just talking about the same person and people. It don't make any sense. But now I'm here to be doing that in the first place. All right. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. A lot of these, like the messages I'm doing right now, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. I can tell you verbatim what I'm about to say, what I'm about to talk about. I can tell you what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day. I can literally do all that in this message. I can tell you every message I'm going to do in the next month. The enemy's still not going to prosper. The enemy's still going to be blindsided. The enemy's still going to get fucked up. Like it's all right. So yesterday I was supposed to do three messages. I was supposed to do three messages for you guys on the YouTube Shorts, but it was a lot going on. So all right, before I say what I gotta say, let me give y'all update where we're going on. So you can go back to the channel messages, maybe the previous three messages, four messages, channel messages I did, right? I was talking to you about the man of God from Champions Royal Assembly, the man of God. Um, he calls himself a prophet. I ain't gonna hold you. I learned a lot of things while being mentored by him. But the thing about these teaching guru positions is that you learn what you need to learn. You either elevate in that group or you go on to the next venture in your journey. The thing with the false man of God in Newark, New Jersey, on Broad Street, Roy Champ Assembly. I already did a channel message about it. I already did messages about it. There's certain messages you'll hear me. I'll be like the man of God, and I'll be talking about him and his hopeful stasis. And while I don't care, nor have a problem with this person, if you go back to the message, you'll hear how heinous and evil the things that he be doing behind the scenes are. While I'm talking about that, because I don't think I would ever have an opportunity to say some shit like this again. Like I mentioned the other message that nigga definitely be doing energy harvesting. I'm like real talk. I'm somebody who has been at different denominations of church, been around people who worship differently, especially in regards to the prophetic. The shit I've seen, the shit I've heard, like, is a movie. Movies, nonetheless. Um, I never like. Sometimes I even question God, and I'd be like, "Yo, how is it that I'm peeping game on all this shit? Soon as this happened in real life time, and nobody else is like people wonder how people get brainwashed in the cult. I ain't never one of them people necessarily, but like I've literally seen it with my own eyes. There's young adults right now being brainwashed by that man's cult. And mind you, I was attending that motherfucking church, and while I knew it was a cult, hear me out. I knew that my family previously had enlisted us in a cult. My family left the cult. We still didn't know what was going on. I asked if we can go back to that cult previously. And then when I went back to go join that cult, I instantly realized, oh, this is a cult. I'm just like, and many different things. Like just because you hear the word cult doesn't always necessarily mean bad. Cult is just a group of people who share the same beliefs. That's it. It just depends what you're doing in the cult for real. Um, it wasn't the last thing. It wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back. But let me tell y'all how like let me do a quick analogy. All right, you see how like even though this has nothing to do with it, but like the moral of the message is gonna correlate. Y'all see if y'all watch all right, y'all see what's going on with Zeus Network, right? Or what previously was going on with Zeus Network with the Natalie Nunn, Lemmy, and Jocelyn Hernandez, right? What up? What up, MewTube in the comment section? But y'all see what happened with Jocelyn Hernandez and Zeus Network when she was. Thank you for telling me I look pretty. I would have put the lights on for real, but you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. Oh, I only got a certain amount of time to do this video. Alright, let me hurry up top. But anyways, long story short, y'all saw how Jocelyn, everybody who was part of Zeus Network, don't speak out until something happened to them. You gotta like, even if you want to like, in general, not just talk about Zeus Network, but like in general with people. When you hear people, thank you, Cha, for telling me I look pretty. Thank you. I don't do the HE double hockey sticks. Thank you. You said I'm so pretty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cleaning service company said hi. Book me if you need that real cleaning service for real spiritual cleaning. You gotta come with the money. Monthly in the comments section said, You do club music? Anywho's, and I know like, all right, because I'm talking about this. Like, I ain't gonna hold you because the nigga be dabbing divination. He already blatantly be saying it to his congregation. I know every time I'm about to talk about him, even though he's be trying. This prophet from Royal Chamberlain Assembly be always like I like this shit that don't like, you ever not care so much about a person or a situation for him, and then they go out their way to try to make you care or so y'all keep telling me I'm pretty in the comment section, thank you. And they go out their way to make this what this nigga be doing. This nigga be like, I left the cult. I block him on social media. I'll go out my way not to talk to him. He tried to have people from the congregation call my phone and come visit me and come see what the fuck I got going on. Mind you, I got this nigga blocked. I'm not at the cult. I'm not talking to him. Then when that don't work, he previously would try to do divination to agitate me, to bring him so that in this spiritual sense of it, I can feel his energy, like trying to break boundaries basically. So then I would get upset and then bring him up because he's trying to energy harvest, and the energy harvest don't work if I'm not thinking or talking about him or looking at him. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna just make her mad in the spiritual so she can talk about me or bring me up, even if I don't come on here and say anything. And then the whole focus for him is, all right, I need her to get online and talk about what the fuck he got going on, because regardless of whatever I say, then he'll go to his congregation and be like, you see that young lady that left the cult? She's not doing this and she's doing that. I promise you her life is not going to be da 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 da. Then that nigga be trying to throw spell work to make what he say happen. No. And then then this nigga will do spell work. And then so he can figure out when I'm going to talk about him. So then he can make a fake page, come in the comment section and be talking. Like, does that sound like the same person? It sounds wild, but like, the ID channel is a channel for a reason. Like, there's literal people who act like that in the physical. So if you just think about people who have like, who came into like spiritual gifts and they act, just keep that in mind. Anywho's, while we're on the conversation, I was talking about Jocelyn Hernandez and Zeus Network. When Jocelyn Hernandez came out and said what she said about basically the company she was working for, and how like they do all this bad stuff. Mind you, there was literally people from that network. The only time you would hear them saying anything bad about the network is after something bad happened to them, and by that time, everybody like, why ain't you been saying nothing? Because one or two things happened. Either it was one of them situations where they would never do it to me, or the other situation would be that how do you say it? It's either they would never do it to me type of situation, or they was afraid that they would do something like that to them, so they was trying to play it cool and secure a bag. And they still ended up doing whatever they did to them. So it didn't make no sense to like, you know, keep being cool with them. That's what the fuck be going on in them situations. Not just in Zeus Network, with those type of problematic situations, God forbid, on my life. I just want to use that as an example so you understand what I'm about to say. I need you to understand how much I don't care. Like I'm such a straightforward person. When I had came back to that church previously, I was like, oh, this is a cult. I'm like, all right. But I was learning shit while I was there, and so I didn't really give a fuck. I was like, I know for a fact I don't act like everybody else. When I tell you, when I had came back there, it was so funny. The first thing I realized when I was there, when I had came back previously, I had came there, and I think the prophet had walked into the room. This was like not while the service was going on, either before or after the service. Then they walked into the room when like three people. It was like it was a man, a woman, like variation of, in regards to three people. They all jumped down to the floor, put their whole body on the ground. Just like like and was just like kissing the ground where he was walking on. I looked at him, I'm like, who y'all doing this for? Because because in my mind, I'm like, I hope y'all like this part of the program. I'm not doing like in my mind. I'm not doing this shit. Fuck wrong. I'm like, who raised y'all? I'm looking at y'all. I know in my country, like in Africa, that is a form of respect for people. Yes, I'm a Christian, grew up Christian, but I'm very spiritual now because just like how this is what I'm. Anywho, yes, I'm a Christian. Yes. So yeah, so like in my country, like they have this respect thing where you kneel or you lay your whole body on the ground to show respect to an elder. So that in a sense, I understood that they do that, that they did that for him. They was like they were doing this. They were doing this when I and he saw my face. That nigga, that prophet had saw my face when they was doing that. He's like, no, y'all don't gotta do that. Y'all don't gonna do. Don't stop them now because they been was doing that before I had came back over there. It's like don't stop them now. If they trained to do that shit, don't stop them now because I'm standing here, you know. But he knew because he knew because he know I'm not one of the people that's going for none of that. I wasn't gonna say nothing, mind you, but I was just gonna be noted. You know what I'm saying? I was just gonna be like noted. W-A no, sorry, YAWGYAU in the comment section. I'll answer that question for you in another channel message. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So, matter of fact, get on the TikTok. BALACLAVABOY247 channel in the comment section. I'm ignoring you. Alright, probably one of the fake pages I was just talking about. Now, back to what I was talking about. Because I don't think I'm ever have the chance to really say what I gotta say. Mind you, this is a real impromptu. I know what the fuck I'm supposed to say in the message, but it correlates. So like that was the first thing I realized when that shit was a cult or whatever the case may be. Because I'm like fuck no, I'm not doing that shit. Who doing that? Who doing that? So fast forward. So fast forward. This wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back, but I need you to understand my mindset. It's like I came there to learn. I was being mentored by a prophet. For legal reasons, he says he's a prophet and not a pastor because you know business is business. Mind you, I'm peeping game on all this stuff because like I went to school for business. Like I understand. And then like I've been I've been the church goer in the congregation. I've seen the behind the scenes in regards to business in different churches. I had partook in stuff like that. So it's like my mindset is not like of the regular congregation goer. It's like all right, business is business. I understand his point of view to a certain extent. You feel me? My whole thing is I might not do the same shit, but it's like who am I to like interfere at somebody else's place of business if he not doing nothing to me? I don't give a fuck. Do what the fuck you doing. You know what I'm saying? So, fast forward. One day, I got the service and shit, right? And I told y'all they got this shit called the deliverance section, right? That's where um that one prophet prays for the whole congregation who stays after the church and stuff like that, and they still come back every week, at least 2 to 3 times out the week, is still having problems and shit. Anywho's, so so usually he prepares himself before the deliver section. Like he has people do the prayers and song singing before he appears to pray for the people. I told you in the previous message the way he pray for people, he mush people, push them down on the ground. That's what he does. He that's what he be doing, or he be blowing on their face and shit. And but if you're not trying to hit that ground, he ain't trying to have that. He gonna mush you hard as fuck, bitch. So fuck out of here. So one day, I was like, they getting ready for the delivery session. The nigga, so he prepping to get ready. He usually either in his office or in his bathroom. He got his own personal bathroom. So I'm going to the bathroom now. Ironically, I don't know if this had anything to do with the location being picked. I don't know. This is just random information. Ironically, all the bathrooms is right next to each other. Like structurally built. It's like in a triangle. If now that I'm really thinking about it. It's the prophet bathroom, the female's bathroom, and the male's bathroom. So, in regards to me saying energy harvesting was being done and the nigga was been doing spell work, he came on this YouTube platform on his content and said that he used to be a part of occult fraternities overseas and was sitting on coffins and shit, bitch. So I'm not lying. I'm not saying you can't be a part of the occult, learn them parlor tricks and witchcraft and all that shit like that, give your life to Christ, and then, not do that shit anymore. But I'm just saying, a nigga not gonna forget what they learned. So I'm just saying. Anywho, one day I was going to the bathroom, my day getting ready for delivery section. I didn't even know the nigga was in the bathroom. First of all, you ever been to a church setting, especially church settings that be having like the camera crew and everything like that? That shit, that like it be loud, like music playing, instruments. There's no reason for me to hear what the fuck going on in nobody bathroom. I don't even give a fuck. I'm not even supposed to be in there. You know what I'm saying? But the ladies' room is right next to the bathroom. And I think it's so symbolic because there's a stairway to go upstairs to the women's bathroom. So embodiment of Libra, Justice, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, very significant. Peep game. The bottom of the stairs is where the prophet's bathroom is at. The top of the stairs is where the woman's bathroom is at. Keep that in mind. Church, Virgo embodiment. Church, also Cancer, Scorpio embodiment. Being a church being ran by a man, not ran, but like a church being led by a man, Scorpio. Because Scorpio embodiment, even though it's usually a male fraternity group or a cult group, they work with women, Cancer embodiment. Keep that in mind. Anyways, I'm walking past the bathroom one day, previously when I was a part of that cult and shit, bitch. Music loud, blast, everything like that. This nigga, so he got this youth pastor under him that I literally known longer than this nigga. Young lady younger than me. She's the lead of the choir. Why? He gave a lot of them new names while they were in the church. All right. Instead of calling her by her name that they call her by in the church, he was calling her African name. Sounded like he was pleasing himself in the bathroom, bitch. I'm walking past the shit because I'm trying to describe the scenarios in the scenery because I'm telling you it's live, it's a live band. You got the choir people singing, people are praying, everything like that. It's loud as fuck in there, bitch. Why the fuck can I hear you calling your lead choir and youth pastor's name? Mind you, the nigga married. It might not be for love because of the visa, but the nigga married. Calling calling this someone who's younger than his wife's name. God only know how old that man truly is. Anyways, I had to get that out the way. But anyways, share that message. All that to me was irrelevant to say. Like things I just noticed when I was there in that cult, and I never really said to nobody. I was gonna keep it to myself, but you know. So I told you about the 2D catcher message where I saw that same prophet chasing me at nighttime in the dream state, and I was scared. Somebody, somebody that smiled on my face, I would have no reason to be scared of or think he was trying to threaten me or anything. I promise you, like he's so. I'm not. He's not the most friendliest, but like he's super friendly, super chill. Perceive God unless you like work under him. You're in the church staff stuff like that. Then you know he got a side to him that he be hiding from people like he's with anger issues. But just as a everyday, like not every day, but like, as a churchgoer, he's usually very nice, pleasant, polite, educated. Seems like. So if I think all these things about you, and then in the dream state, you're chasing me, bitch. Mind you, I need you to know this dream was had when I wasn't even attending that cult. Because this other messages you gonna understand. So I see him chasing me in the dream state. I'm scared, running, bitch, running. Then I stopped. I stopped running. When I stopped running, the nigga disappeared. Nigga disappeared. I looked to the side. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? Somebody hiding their face, crying. It seems like, but I never seen no tears or anything like that. Ironic. I made the song named Tears. I'm gonna cheer until I'm liberated. Vlogging. I get it. All right. I'm sorry.